Hello YouTube family, I am about to show you guys the easiest eyebrow tutorial, hopefully in under 5 minutes, because eyebrows should not be a big mystery and they should be very easy to do. I know that people on Instagram have the perfect eyebrows. I mean, you could like set them on the runway model just as eyebrow models, but that is not real life. What is real life is looking at your face and deciding what is best for your face. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe by clicking the red button below, hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of any future videos. Okay, I'm going to zoom you guys in and then we will get right on with this tutorial. First of all, just let me say that if you have ever been mystified by eyebrows, you are not alone, so don't feel bad. So many YouTubers don't do their eyebrows on camera because they take a ton of time to do it. And I'm guilty of that some days. Some days I really want, you know, my eyebrows to be just absolute perfection, but most days my eyebrows are just my natural brow combed through and groomed a little bit. So the very first thing that you need to do to have gorgeous eyebrows is to define 3 points where your eyebrows need to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking a Benefit pencil. This is one that I got as a sample, and I am also just taking a straight, this is just a spoolie, but I'm using it actually as a pencil guide. So what I want you to do is I want you to place this on the edge of your nose right here, and I want you to line it up with the inner corner of your eye so you can still see the inner corner of your eye and it's on your nose. Okay, so that is where underneath there is exactly where your first point should be for your eyebrow. So what I'm going to do to make this a little easier is I'm just going to put a little smudge right there. Don't come further in, you're gonna look like you're frowning all the time. Don't go further out because you're not going to place it in the right place and your eyes will look like they're kind of buggy. The second one is to again place your spoolie or whatever you're using and you place it against your nose again and then go just going out the pupil of my eye, and that is where your arch should be. So with me and looking straight on, I'm trying to get the camera and everything in focus here for you guys, and looking straight on, you can see where my eyebrow naturally arches, which is right there. So again, I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil and I'm going to just place a little bit of definition. I wish I had a darker one so you guys could see. And then last but not least, take your pencil guide again and place it on your nose and go to the outside of your eye, just like so, and then you can see where the tail of your eyebrow should be. Right there, I'm going to put another little mark right there. Now once you get that done, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tweeze in between here, any hairs that are in between those two dots that you're going to put on your eyes. Then you're going to want to tweeze any hairs that are right there, and then you're going to want to tweeze any, you know, radical hairs that get up here or anything like that. Now begins the easy part. Believe me, that's the hard part of the whole thing. So once you figure that out, you need to decide whether you want that arch to be a little bit more pointy or do you want it to be round. For me personally, I like a little bit softer of a brow, so I'm going to be doing it a little bit round. So now you're going to take your pencil or whatever you have, if you have the dip that you do on a brush, whatever you do. I'm just using a pencil today because it's easiest to teach with, and you're going to take that pencil all the way from that inner corner where you started, and you're going to start right there and you're going to make a line and you're going to just define. Now my hands are shaky, everybody knows this. This is something I deal with, but I still can have nice brows if I just go in little motions. Okay, so I hit all 3 points, 1, 2, 3, inside, arch, and tail right out there. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go on the top of them. So if you want your eyebrows to be thicker or if you want your eyebrows to be thinner, you're going to decide that now, and you can play around with this for a few days until you get used to it. You may have tweezed your eyebrows too much, you may have, you know, hair loss issues, you may have any of those kinds of things where you just really haven't had great brows and you would just want to pencil them in. So what you do now is you go about 1/3 of the way out. We're not going to come all the way in because that would make our eyes look too stark, our eyebrows be too harsh, and we don't want the harshness, we want to have a soft look. I would say right in between the first point, which is the inner brow, and the arch, about halfway through there, you're going to again just draw a little line very carefully. Now I'm going to take my spoolie. Since I put product in there already, I'm going to take my spoolie and I'm going to brush this product through, and brushing the hairs up will help brush this product through. And the other thing that it does is it helps distribute it and soften that line so that we have no harsh lines at all. And these brows right here can look like they're standing up just a little bit. Okay, so when you get it where you want it to be, you can put a little bit of brow gel in. This is just the Benefit Brow Gel, the clear stuff. And I'm going to just put a tiny, tiny bit in there just to keep my hairs where I need them to be all day long. Okay, so now as you're looking at my eyebrows, you might feel like one of them is a little bit higher than the other. That can happen. But here's the fact about our eyebrows. Believe it or not, they are not identical twins. They are sister twins, which means they're paternal twins, but they're not identical. So you need to decide whether you want to try and get them as close as possible, or whether or not you want to live with your little irregularities that you may have. Maybe one is higher than the other. It really doesn't matter. Those are the quirks and the beauties of each individual woman. These pictures on Instagram that are absolutely perfect and on point with eyebrows and lips and all those things, that's not everyday real life. They don't go out in everyday real life like that. They take hundreds of photos to show you guys that perfect brow. But what I want to show you is just what a real brow looks like. And these are just real brows. They're just plain. They're not anything too, complicated. And not hard. They're very, very easy. I hope that this helped you. Please give it a thumbs up if it did. I will be back with more tutorials. I'm loving doing these. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and thank you so much for spending part of it with me. I love you. Bye-bye.